Have you ever wondered why a perfect date ended in silence? Or why she pulled away, even when you did everything right? Most guys think women choose men based on looks, money, or sweet words. But the truth? It's way deeper than that. Women don't just pick the best guy by some checklist. They choose the man who sparks something primal in them: instinct, emotion, and unspoken trust. Today, I'm breaking down 5 hidden principles, inspired by Machiavelli's philosophy, to reveal how women really choose their men. Not through their words, but through their instincts and emotions. If you're tired of guessing, tired of chasing approval, and ready to become the man who gets chosen, not because you're trying hard, but because you're truly yourself, stick around. Watch until the end, because what you're about to learn could change how you see yourself and your relationships forever. Hit that subscribe button, tap the bell, and let's dive in. Principle 1. Create safety for her to relax, not to control. Most guys think women want a soft, overly gentle man who caters to their every emotion, like some kind of therapist. But Machiavelli, in The Prince, taught us that real strength lies in bold, calm confidence, not in playing it safe. Women don't want someone who just makes them feel good. They want a leader, someone who stays steady under pressure, sharp in chaos, and unshaken when tested. That kind of man makes her feel safe enough to relax into her feminine energy, without needing to control you. Picture this. You're at a party. She's watching you from across the room. You're not loud, not trying to impress anyone, but you carry yourself with quiet confidence. Calm words, focused eyes, purposeful steps. Other guys might be chasing attention, but you're unfazed. She senses that, and even if she doesn't say it, she's drawn to your self-control. Now, imagine you're in a relationship. She's upset, maybe over a misunderstanding, or she's worried about something, like you staying in touch with an old friend. If you rush to explain, defend yourself, or get flustered, she'll start to doubt your strength. But if you take a deep breath, listen with focus, and respond in a calm, steady voice, without getting swept up in her emotions, she feels grounded. She might still be upset, but deep down, she knows you can handle the storm. Machiavelli wrote, "Fortune is a woman, and she surrenders only to the bold." Here, fortune is like feminine energy. It's drawn to strength, not predictability. To master this, train your nervous system. When emotions run high, whether in an argument or a tense moment, slow down. Breathe deeply. Keep your body relaxed. Say less, but make every word count. For example, if she throws a challenging question like, "What do you think about this?" Don't answer right away. Pause, look her in the eyes, and respond clearly, concisely. That self-control doesn't just make you attractive, it makes her feel safe to trust you. Here's how to practice this daily. Try meditation or breathing exercises to build calm under pressure. In social settings, pay attention to your body language. Stand tall, shoulders relaxed, eyes steady. These small signals show you're a man who can handle anything without losing himself. This isn't about controlling her. It's about mastering yourself. And that's what makes you the leader she naturally wants to follow. Principle 2. Spark her curiosity. Machiavelli believed that power isn't just about what you do, it's about how others perceive you. In The Prince, he wrote that people act on what they believe, not always on what's true. When it comes to attraction, this means women aren't drawn to what they fully understand. They're pulled in by what makes them wonder, what keeps them guessing. A man who's too predictable, who lays out every thought and feeling like an open book, quickly loses his allure. But a man who holds a bit of mystery, not through manipulation, but by staying focused on his own path, becomes someone she can't stop thinking about. Imagine you meet a woman for the first time at a coffee shop. You don't spill your entire life story. You talk slowly, ask thoughtful questions, and listen more than you speak. When the conversation ends, you smile, say goodbye, and walk away without texting her right after. She starts wondering, what's he up to? Why hasn't he messaged like every other guy? Your silence isn't a game. It's proof you have your own life, your own goals, and you don't need her attention to feel complete. The result? She thinks about you more. You become a puzzle she wants to solve. Now, Picture you're in a long-term relationship, maybe a couple of years in. If you're always reporting every detail of your day, sharing every emotion like a diary, she might start to lose interest. Not because she doesn't love you, but because there's nothing left to discover. Instead, keep a part of yourself sacred. Carve out time for your own passions. Maybe hitting the gym, reading, or working on a career goal. When you come home, don't spill everything. Let her ask. Let her be curious about what's going on in your world. She'll feel your independence, and that keeps the spark alive. Machiavelli advised controlling how others see you by letting them fill in the blanks. In relationships, this means don't explain your worth, let your actions show it. For example, if she asks what you've been up to, don't give a full report. Say something short, like, "I'm working on something cool, tell you more later." Then shift the focus. That kind of answer hints at a rich life and makes her want to dig deeper. The key is leaving space for her imagination to run wild. Don't fill it with too many words. Here's how to make this work. Practice patience in how you communicate. Don't text too often or reply instantly, not to play hard to get, but to show you've got your own rhythm. When you talk, use deliberate pauses to build a little tension. For instance, if she's sharing a story, look at her, give a slight smile, and wait a beat before responding. That pause makes your words hit harder. Most importantly, invest in yourself. Pick up a hobby, learn a skill, or chase a big goal. When you've got your own world, you naturally become a man worth wondering about, without even trying. As Machiavelli might put it, attraction doesn't come from showing everything, it comes from making her crave the next piece of the puzzle. Principle 3. Value recognized by others. Machiavelli knew that power isn't just what you hold, it's how others see you. In The Prince, he wrote that a leader's strength comes from the respect and reputation they command from the crowd. In relationships, this means women are drawn to men who are admired, respected, or noticed by others, not because you're showing off, but because you naturally radiate value. When you're the guy people turn to for advice, or when your presence shifts the vibe in a room, she feels that pull. Your worth isn't just about how you see yourself, it's about how the world reflects you back to her. Picture yourself walking into a social gathering, maybe a party or a work event. You're not trying to steal the spotlight, but people gravitate toward you. A coworker asks your opinion on a project. A friend tells a story, and everyone leans in when you chime in. You speak with confidence, not arrogance, and your words carry weight. She's watching from across the room. She notices how people react to you, a smile from a friend, a nod of respect from a stranger, maybe even a quick glance from another woman. She doesn't just see you, she sees your value through the eyes of others, and that makes you stand out. Your attention suddenly feels like something worth earning, because it's clear others want it too. Now, think about a long-term relationship, say, a few years in. If you let yourself fade, maybe by neglecting your health, stalling in your career, or losing touch with friends, she might start seeing you as just a familiar part of her life, not a man with independent value. But if you keep leveling up, staying fit, chasing career goals, or staying connected with your community, she sees you as more than just her partner. She sees a man others respect. For example, when you go to an event and people greet you warmly, or when a friend calls you for advice, she feels it. She knows she's with someone influential, and that makes her value you even more. It reminds her you're not someone she can take for granted. Machiavelli said, "It's better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." In relationships, this means admiration comes first, love follows. To make this work, build what I call quiet influence. Be the reliable guy in your circle, the one friends turn to for advice, or colleagues respect for your work. Invest in your appearance, not to be perfect, but to stay sharp. Keep your body strong, dress well, walk with purpose. For instance, when you enter a room, stand tall, give firm handshakes, speak clearly. Those small details create an invisible reputation that makes people notice you without you trying too hard. Here's a practical way to start. Grow your social circle. Join group activities, a sports club, a networking event, or a community project. When you connect with valuable people, your reputation grows naturally. In a relationship, keep being the guy others look up to, not to brag, but to show you're a man with impact. When she sees others respect you, she feels lucky to be with you, and it pushes her to keep earning your presence. As Machiavelli might put it, a man the world respects doesn't need to beg for attention, it finds him. Principle 4. Lead her emotions. Machiavelli taught that a true leader doesn't shout orders. He shapes the atmosphere so others adjust to him without even realizing it. In The Prince, he stressed that power comes from controlling the context, not others' feelings. In relationships, this means women don't want a man who gets swept up in their emotions. They want someone who stands firm like an anchor, guiding them through emotional storms. When she's angry, anxious, or overwhelmed, she's watching, consciously or not. Can you stay calm? Can you steer her back to balance? The man who can do this doesn't just earn her trust, he becomes the one she can't let go of. Imagine you're dating, and she starts testing you. Maybe she pulls back after a few great dates, or sends a vague text that leaves you confused. Most guys jump in head first, texting non-stop to figure things out, or even getting frustrated. But that's letting her emotions steer you. Instead, hold your ground. Don't rush to reply. Take a moment, think, and respond with confidence and ease, like, "You okay? I'm here when you're ready to talk." That response shows you're unshaken, strong enough to handle her uncertainty. The result? She feels drawn back to you, because you set the tone instead of following hers. Now, picture a long-term relationship. You're in a heated argument, maybe about money or how you spend time together. She raises her voice, emotions spilling over, and things get intense. If you yell back or shut down in silence, you've lost control. But try this instead. Pause. Breathe deeply. Look her in the eyes and say in a steady voice, "I hear how you're feeling. Let's break this down together." You're not agreeing instantly or fighting back. You're staying centered, reshaping the mood. She might still be upset at first, but deep down, she feels safe because you didn't get swept away. Your strength becomes her anchor. Machiavelli warned, "The wise man does at once what the fool does only in the end." Here, that means when emotions run wild, don't wait for calm, be the calm. To pull this off, train yourself to stay steady under pressure. When she's emotional, don't rush to fix things. Listen, nod, let her feel you're present without being shaken. For example, if she's venting about a bad day, don't jump in with solutions. Say, "That sounds rough. Want to tell me more?" That shows you care, while keeping you in the driver's seat, not chasing her feelings. Here's how to make it work. Practice managing your own emotions first. Meditation or slow breathing exercises are great for building calm. In tense moments, remind yourself, "I don't need to react right away." When you speak, use a low, steady voice. It naturally feels grounding. Also, learn to spot when she's testing you. Women often, without meaning to, check if you can hold your ground during emotional highs. Pass that test, and she'll see you as someone she can rely on. As Machiavelli might put it, the man who leads emotions doesn't control others, he masters himself. And that's the man she'll choose. Principle 5. Be willing to walk away. Machiavelli knew that ultimate power belongs to the man who isn't afraid to lose his throne. In The Prince, he stressed that true strength lies in independence, the ability to stand tall even if you lose everything but yourself. In relationships, this means women don't just love a loyal man, they respect a man who puts his self-worth and boundaries above all else. She might cherish your devotion, but if you're willing to sacrifice your dignity to keep her, she'll slowly lose respect for you. On the other hand, a man who's ready to walk away, not out of anger, but because he knows his value, leaves a mark she can't forget. Picture yourself dating. She starts acting inconsistent. One day she's all in, the next she's distant, maybe even canceling plans without a reason. Most guys chase harder. They text, ask what's wrong, or even beg for clarity. But that puts her on a pedestal, like she's the only prize. Instead, hold your boundaries firm. If she disrespects your time or presence, don't argue or complain. Quietly step back. No drama, no final speech. For example, If she flakes on plans a second time without explanation, don't ask why. Send a short text, like, "Have fun, I'm off to handle some things." Then focus on your life. That move shows you don't chase approval, and it often makes her rethink her actions, because you've shown you're not afraid to lose her. Now, imagine a long-term relationship. You've set a clear boundary. Say, you expect mutual respect in how you communicate. But she keeps crossing it, maybe criticizing you in front of others. If you let it slide or try to fix it by giving in, she'll start respecting you less. Instead, act with self-respect. The next time she crosses that line, don't yell or argue. Calmly say, "I don't accept being spoken to like this. When you're ready to talk with respect, I'm here." Then pull back. Spend time on yourself, your work, your hobbies. Your absence isn't punishment. It's a reminder that you value yourself. That often makes her reflect, because she sees you're not someone she can take for granted. Machiavelli said, "The man who fears losing nothing can never be subdued." In relationships, this means putting self-respect above love. To live this principle, define your boundaries, what you'll never compromise, like respect, honesty, or your core values. When those lines are crossed, don't hesitate to act. Stepping back doesn't mean ending the relationship. It's protecting your worth. For instance, if she consistently dismisses your feelings, take space and focus on what makes you happy. That move guards your dignity and shows her you're not replaceable. Here's how to make it work. Build an independent life. Invest in your career, hobbies, and friendships so she's never your everything. When your life is full, walking away, if it comes to that, feels less like fear and more like a natural choice. Also, practice communicating boundaries clearly but calmly. Instead of saying, "You can't do this anymore," try, "I expect us to respect each other. If this keeps happening, I'll need to rethink things." That tone is firm, not aggressive. As Machiavelli might put it, the man who isn't afraid to walk away isn't just loved, he's respected. And that's what makes him unforgettable. These principles aren't about manipulating or playing games in relationships. They're a roadmap to becoming your best self, a man who's in control, confident, and true to his core values. Machiavelli, in The Prince, taught us that real power comes from mastering yourself and shaping how others see you. In relationships, this means becoming a man who doesn't just attract the right person, but inspires them to be better too. These 5 principles, creating safety, sparking curiosity, building value others recognize, leading emotions, and being willing to walk away, don't just show you how women choose. They show you how to live a life you're proud of, whether you're single or in a relationship. Take a moment to reflect. Maybe you felt confused when a relationship didn't go as planned, or wondered why you weren't chosen, even when you did everything right. But now, you have a map, a new perspective, inspired by Machiavelli's timeless wisdom. This isn't just about attracting women. It's about becoming a man who turns heads, not because you're loud, but because you live with clarity, purpose, and inner strength. When you live like that, you don't just draw the right person in, you build a life that makes you proud every time you look in the mirror. Start today. Pick one principle to practice. Maybe it's staying calm in a tense moment, leaving a bit of mystery in a conversation, or setting a clear boundary. Every small step you take brings you closer to the strongest version of yourself. And when you become that man, you'll realize being chosen isn't the goal. It's just what happens naturally when you live true to who you are. If this video gave you a new perspective, drop a comment below, even just a quick line, like, "Principle 5 blew my mind." To share your thoughts and inspire others. Hit the like button if you found this valuable, and share this video with a friend who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss our next videos, where we'll keep exploring ways to master your life and relationships. Let's build a stronger, more confident you together, not just for today, but for the long road ahead.